And sir, I have only a small doubts in nutrition in plants. That's it.
Okay, no worries. So both of that will be covered in just one class. Okay, now we'll be having one extra class and we'll be learning about that. Okay, meanwhile, since others have not joined yet, Suleiman and others have not joined yet, so let me just quickly give a recap of what are the things we have learned so far. Okay, now you see,
Yes, sir.
we were learning about heat. We learned a very basic. Is there any background noise from my side?
No, sir.
Okay, so we learned a very basic concept that if you were to look at solid objects or liquid and gaseous objects, obviously all of them are made up of different particles. Huh? Like for solid objects, in this there would be so many different particles, and they would be compactly packed. They would be compactly packed, so
Sir,
they
this
won't
I
be
know, sir.
moving. You
Sir,
know,
in solid, sir, there are some molecules.
hmm. Molecules, good.
And sir, molecules are made from atoms.
Atoms, good.
And
Two
sir,
or more
atoms
than
are
two types of atoms.
the smallest thing on earth.
Very good, very good.
And sir,
Even
I know, sir, the
Mhm,
solids are made from molecules and they are, sir, really stick together really tight. So, sir, that's why the solids can't move. Sir, like wood.
mhm,
And, sir, in liquid, sir, the molecules are a little bit spread away.
mhm,
So that is why liquid can move freely. And, sir,
mhm.
in gas, yes, sir, and one more thing. And liquid can be separated easily, sir. And, sir, in
Exactly.
gas, all the molecules are really far spread away so sir, gas also gets separate easily.
Very good, Aman. So thereby one more thing we can see over here. Since the molecules of solids do not show movement, negligible movement is shown by them. Uh, Also, we know that whenever something is in motion, where it be a molecule or where it be any other objects, it would possess an energy called as kinetic energy. So since the
Hmm.
molecules of the solid object do not show much movement, so they have got very little energy. Liquids will have some energy as compared to solid, and gases
And
will
but
have
sir,
much
gas
more
will have
energy.
the most energy.
Exactly. So
Hmm.
more the vibration in a given object, more will be the amount of heat in it. Right now.
Hmm. Okay, sir.
So that is the concept. So whenever a hot object, say a hot object would come in contact with other objects, so thereby energy would be flowing from the hot object to the cold object.
Yes, sir.
Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So so whenever you touch a hot object, you would feel some sensation. You would feel like
Hmm.
there's a flow of something in your hand. So what that thing is basically? So that thing basically is the transfer of the heat energy.
Yes, sir. I didn't
That is,
understand.
yeah. So basically, like when you are touching a hot piece of hot object, you
Yes,
touch
sir.
a a hot iron object, something. So you'd feel like something is transferred, some energy is transferred to your hand.
Yes,
Something
sir.
you there would be flow of something. Hmm? So that
Hmm.
flow of something which you are seeing, that is basically a type of energy called as heat energy, right?
Oh, okay, sir. Hmm.
So when a
So
hot
that's
object
why
in
we feel hot uh, when we
Hmm.
pick any hot object.
Exactly, that is the reason, right?
Hmm. Okay,
Or
sir.
whenever you'd be holding a cold object, like you hold some ice cubes in your hand, so then you will
Yes, sir.
feel cold because heat energy is lost
Sir,
from your
and
hand.
after, sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, when we hold ice cubes for a long time, sir, after
Hmm.
some time it starts to hurt. Sir, we do not feel cold. It starts to hurt
Hmm.
a little bit.
The reason being is that now it would be hurting your cells now. The cells will start to die. After
Hmm.
holding ice cube on your hand for so long, it will hurt your hand.
Hmm.
The reason being is that the cells would be damaged now. It could cause ice burn. Like yeah, you have a term called as ice burn.
Yes, sir, I know.
Hmm.
So the
So
Titanic also crashed into it. That's why it sank.
no, burn is a different. That is an iceberg. Iceberg is a different thing. I'm saying ice burn.
Ice
BURN.
burn.
Yeah.
Ice burn. Sir,
So
I
where
thought iceberg.
yeah, that's a different thing. So you get a frost bite, which can damage your skin. So whenever what
Yes, sir.
basically
Sir, I
happens.
know. Sir, when we drink or eat ice cream and sir, we drink a really cold water,
Mhm.
sir, we also get brain freeze, sir. That is also ice burn.
Mhm. Correct. See, basically, what is going to happen over here? No? Your cell also contains water, The cells in your
Yes.
body that also contains water, no? So the
Mm,
water in the skin cell, like you're holding it on your skin is in direct contact with the ice, huh? So thereby the water found inside your cell, it will start to freeze. It will start to freeze. So thereby
mm,
what will happen? The flow of blood in the cells will also stop. Water will be found in the blood also, no? Huh?
mm.
So suppose
Yes,
I'm
sir.
holding ice on my hand like this. So this ice will freeze the water in my cells. It will also freeze the water in the blood. So thereby
Mm,
flow of blood will slow down,
mm.
right now. And
Yes, sir.
slowly what will happen? A blood clot will start to develop on that area. That's why you feel a
That's
pain
why
and
it
you
hurts.
that's why it hurts. So hope you have
Sir,
understood
doesn't
this.
it looks like the same, sir, as in
Mhm.
winters, if we get hurt by some wood or something, if we get hurt, sir, there
Uh,
after some time, sir, there will be
mhm.
a purple type patch or something, and sir, some people say that's only a blood clot.
That's a blood clot. Exactly, that's a
Oh,
blood
sir, it
clot.
looks like the same.
It looks like same, because the thing is a blood clot looks same now in both the cases. Have you seen
Okay,
like
sir.
mountain hikers? They would get frostbite and they had to cut down their fingers. Yes, Suleiman,
No, sir.
assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Sir, I've heard that.
Yeah, man, continue.
Yes, sir. Sir, I've heard that some hikers or mountain hikers, sir, when they go upstairs, matlab,
Mhm.
like sir, I'm saying when they climb the mountains which are very high, for
Mhm.
example, Mount Everest, so sir,
Mhm.
all of their body parts get a frostbite,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
sir,
It
some have to cut off their fingers or amputate.
yeah, that's what I was saying moments ago. Like they have to get a amputation.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
no.
sir. Sir, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, no worries. It had to be amputated. You would have seen. See, it's not.
So, like
Maybe
they
it is
have to cut
unable to
their whole
find the
finger
remove the
off.
piece. Yeah, the whole finger has to be removed. Like this is the hand. Suleiman, what happens now? Suleiman, you also pay attention to this. Many times when mountaineers would be going for hiking for climbing the mountains, many times they are like this much part of their finger. uh, it would catch a frostbite. So basically, all the cells have died here. It is of no
Sir, what
use.
if they cover
So
it
it
with
has to.
gloves?
Now, if they were to cover it with gloves, then it is okay. Even
And sir,
after
what if
cover
they don't cut their finger off if they don't wear gloves and
it,
get a frostbite?
if they don't if they don't wear a glove and they catch a frostbite,
And sir, what if they don't cut their fingers,
it will
amputate it,
automatic it will fall off, or in worst case, it can damage other cells in your hand also.
or it will fall off?
It will fall off gradually. Okay, now
Sir,
it will
but our
basically
finger is very thick
So
and
then will
it
it
can
heal
just
back?
not fall off.
it you see yes, Suleiman, one more repeat again.
So, sir, if the finger falls off, then will it heal back?
No, it will not regrow, but that much tissue will now the hand is going to be looking like this now the hand will look like this. It's not like this lost finger will regrow. That does not happen. Basically, it will heal. That tissue will heal, but it will not regrow. Getting
Sir,
it
can't we just put it in hot water?
now? No, it does not work like that. Okay, now.
Uh,
So that is the thing. So we did talked about this, and the SI unit of heat is joule. We measure it in joule. Okay. Then we learned about temperature and thermometer. Sometime while we would be revising this chapter, now we'd be revisiting these concepts. Aman, okay. So we use a
okay.
device called as thermometer to measure
Sir,
temperature. There are
thermometer, sir, everybody has used it.
hmm,
Sir, it tells our body temperature.
exactly. There are different type of thermometers. For different
Hmm.
purposes, you have got different thermometers. Like there's a clinical
Yes, sir.
thermometer in which mercury will be used. Huh?
Sir, but
Then you
mercury is a really dangerous thing, I've heard.
yeah, it's a toxic metal. So thereby
Sir,
nowadays
like
we
it
have
will
got
never harm your hand if you take it on. And but sir, if you put it on like some laptop, sir, and you crush that laptop, it will crush easily.
it is known to corrode the metals. It will eat
Yes,
away
sir.
the metals. Okay, now that is
Sir,
one of the property of
I've
mercury.
seen a video on social media where
Mm-hmm.
some guy puts mercurial on his scroll tab on the
Mm-hmm.
laptop, and sir, when he puts his finger slightly on the scroll tab, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes to dust particles. Sir, it's that hard. It's become that soft.
Okay. See, basically the thing is now, what
But
what
sir, it
happens
doesn't
now?
work on wood or anything else. And he also took it in his hand, and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm. See, basically the thing is now, talking about mercury, like mercury has got somewhat corrosive property. Like if you were to put it on metal objects now, it would be eating away the surface of metals. In that manner, it harms the metal objects. Okay. Then we since it is toxic also, if accidentally somewhere were to consume it, it would lead to death. Huh? So then we
Hmm.
switch towards the digital thermometer where a thermistor will be used, which is sensitive to heat. So thermistor is used
Excuse
there.
me, sir. Sir,
Yes.
you told us so that
Mhm.
in some thermometers mercury is present, and sir, we all know that all of the thermometer have a metal tip. So, sir, if what if the mercurial touches the metal tip, will it also be softened and turn into dust particles?
Metal tape, I didn't get it what you were saying. Metal tape.
Sir, like this, you noted thermistor, the red part of the thermometer.
See,
Sir,
okay,
it
that
is
is not
only made of metal.
yeah, that is made up of metal. It is called
Hmm.
as bulb of
Hmm.
thermometer.
Sir, but
Okay, no.
what if the mercurial touches it? You only said na that some thermometer contains mercurial.
Hmm. See,
Hmm.
obviously it contains there right now, but the thing is now, we would be like talking about, as you told me, like you saw a video on social media. Huh? So
Hmm.
it would be eating the surfaces. Like mercury is corrosive and it eats the surface of certain metals. Huh?
Hmm.
Mercury it's a corrosive substance, but there are some exceptions in metals also. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So mercury would be reacting with so many substances in the environment, and they would be corrosive. They are corrosive to the metals, but they are here you'd be using a special kind of different kind of metal would be used in manufacturing this bulb. Okay, now. So
So,
that is the
sir,
thing about it.
mercury only, sir, like makes only some of the metal soft.
Yeah, mercury would be corrosive to some of the metals only.
Hmm.
Like particularly for aluminum plate. Huh? If you were to
Hmm.
put a drop of mercury in the aluminum plate, so
Hmm.
thereby what will happen now? It will start to eat the surface of the aluminum, right
Hmm.
now, and that whitish powder you were saying, no, that is basically a salt will be formed. Getting it? Like
Sir,
if
can
you
we like use it?
can we use no, it's not a consumable salt. It's a different kind of salt. Huh?
Hmm.
So when you put a drop of mercury, let's say you have a aluminum plate, and on this you put some drop of mercury. So sorry, I mean yeah, mercury. This mercury will basically start to react with this aluminum.
Hmm.
Mercury will start to react with the aluminum, and in the process of doing so, it leads to formation of a white salt. But
Okay,
in
sir.
case of iron and other metals, it is not going to do so.
Hmm.
Right now, also you know that this is also one of the reason why mercury is not allowed on airplanes. You know that, like you can't
No, sir, I
travel with
didn't know that.
mercury on. See, both of you know this thing that it is not allowed to carry mercury in airplanes.
Sir, I
Getting
didn't
it?
know that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm telling it. But that
Hmm.
mercury is not allowed. You can't carry mercury on airplanes.
Why, sir?
The reason is that, like in manufacture of aeroplanes, aluminum is used.
Hmm.
Although other metals, other alloys are also used, but aluminum is also used. So thereby, if someone were
Sir,
to
what
drop,
if the mercurial touches the aluminum of the airplane? Will it burn down everything?
exactly, it can lead to a disastrous situation.
Hmm.
Getting it now? So that
And
is
sir,
the
it
thing.
will be really tough for the astronaut to survive in the harsh conditions.
Pilots, you mean to say,
Hmm.
right now? So that is the thing. Hope you have understood this.
Yes,
Let us
sir.
continue. Let me quickly recap what are the things we learned. We learned about what the precautions you have to take care of while using a clinical thermometer. Then we learned that since mercury thermometers are not suitable because it can break and it it can be very toxic. So thereby you have got digital thermometers. Then for measuring temperatures up to between -10 to 110 degrees Celsius, you would be using a laboratory thermometer. What are the precautions? While revision, you will get to know that. Then you have
Sir,
maximum and minimum thermometer. Just hold on for a minute. Let me quickly cover this. Then we can continue with what we were doing in the bash. Okay. Then we learned about different temperature scales. Huh? Like the temperature can be measured in degree Celsius, in degree Fahrenheit, in degree Kelvin. The boiling point of water in the given temperature scales are as follows. Like in the Fahrenheit scale, the freezing point of water is 32 degree Fahrenheit, while boiling temperature is 212 degree Fahrenheit. And the same temperature in another scale, like in the Kelvin scale, becomes 273 Kelvin, and the boiling point becomes 373. And you all know in the degree Celsius, it is 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point, and 200 and 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water.
boiling point.
Few other important things I did told in the class, Suleiman. Like we learned about the first inventor of the thermometer, Galileo Galilei, right?
Yes, sir.
And after him, by the way, Galileo Galilei, he invented a water thermometer. That was a different kind of thermometer. Mercury thermometer was first invented by Gabriel Fahrenheit in the year 1714. Okay, now after him, you have the name of a scale also, Fahrenheit scale.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, after the name of Gabriel Fahrenheit was Fahrenheit invented. The name of
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
The name of the scale Fahrenheit was taken from his name. Okay, no? So we learned about those things, and we were learning about poor and bad conductors. We learned about that also. So you have poor and bad conductors. Good conductors like copper, gold, aluminum. Most of the metals are good conductors of
And
heat.
sir, insulators.
Insulators
Sir,
are the
like
bad
tape.
conductors.
Sir, tape can
Hmm.
also be here. Sir, objects. Sir, like tape.
Yes, tapes. You can say that. Plastic, basically, tapes are basically made up of plastics. So
Sir,
plastics,
some are paper tapes, duct tape. That can also be used.
yeah, that can also be used, and all of them are bad conductors of heat. The styrofoam, wood, even air and water are bad conductors of heat.
Sir, sir, the electrical wires are always covered. Sir, like in our homes, sir, always covered with like tape or sir any foam. Sir, because they are good conductors of heat.
Because they're good conductors of heat, they are bad conductors of heat.
Sir, what do you mean by bad conductors?
The one that does not allow heat to escape through it.
Um,
That is a bad
Sir, that's
conductor.
why it catch. Sir, that's why in front of my apartment it catch the fire.
Mm.
Sir, because
Mm.
there were no insulators attached on it.
Oh, okay. So it was open wire, live wire. Huh?
Sir, you also said I know that you also know that in Delhi all the
Mhm.
wires in the most local areas are always like this. No insulators are added.
All the wires are kind of clumped together. It's not properly organized. Yeah, I've seen
Yes.
that. I have been
Only
through the lanes of Delhi.
some of the parts of Delhi there are insulators. Like sir,
Mhm.
where my uncle lives, sir, there are a lot of insulators in front of his apartment. There are a lot of electrical wires because sir, one
Mhm.
day there caught a fire and it led to a home.
See, all the wires basically are insulated and insulated with plastic. It's not
Mm.
like they are live, naked, open wires. The thing is that there leads to one of the leading cause of fire in electrical cables and electrical wires is short circuit. When too much of current will be flowing in the same wire, then it leads to short circuit. And in short circuit, what happens? Say there are two wires in which current is flowing. Due to some reasons, if these wires somewhere, if they are open, if they are cut open, so they were to connect together like this. So thereby what will happen now? The current earlier were flowing in two wires, now it will flow in just one wire. Let's say one of the wire is broken, let us say here. One of the wire is broken here. So now
Mm.
current will be flowing in one wire only. So this is beyond its bearing capacity. So lots of heat will be generated and it will catch fire. That is a
Mm.
short circuit right now.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Mhm.
Sir, as you said, sir, there are a lot of insulator. Sir, isn't our hand an insulator?
Isn't our hand an insulator? No,
Sir,
our body is a
if we
conductor.
like hold a
Hmm.
wire, sir, can it like electric shock us?
If you were to touch the live wire, which is not covered with plastic,
Mm-hmm.
which is does not have an insulation over it, then you
Sir,
would
yes.
be we would be getting electrical shock. By the way,
Sir,
our
but
body is a good conductor of heat and it's a good conductor of electricity also. Keep that in mind.
mm, sir, but when I went to my native place for Bakrail, sir, I saw a monkey, sir,
Mhm,
and in front of my apartment, sir, my
mhm,
father made all the wires taped with insulators like foams and sir, tape all over it. Sir, a
mhm,
monkey just like he was like there and he just holded the wire and sir,
mhm,
he got electric shocked that badly that he
mhm,
fell down and his face was all covered with blood and nothing else.
mhm. Yeah.
Why, sir? Sir, even though all the wires were covered with insulators, sir, why did he catch fire?
Okay. There must be circuit must be broken somewhere. Huh? There must be like the wire might be open, or he might have come in contact with a wire which was not insulated properly. Also, you would have noticed that crows would not be electrocuted when they sit on a live wire.
Hmm.
Have
Yes,
you
sir.
observed that? Like they
Yes,
would
sir.
be sitting. Mhm. Live wires. They would be sitting on the live wires. The wire
Hmm.
that does not have any insulation above it.
Hmm.
Have you thought about this?
No, sir, I never thought about it. Sir, I thought, sir, when I was a kid, I thought that there are some good insulators. They have something in, like in their feet, so that's why they don't get electric shock or they don't catch up heat, sir. It was like that.
See, the
Sir,
thing is
because they
now.
are sir, because they have webbed feet. That's why.
No, no, no. That is not the reason. That's a different thing. Rasim. See, basically the thing is now the birds that are sitting on the wire. Suleiman, you also pay attention here. This is an important concept. Both of you pay attention. Say this is a bird over here. Okay. Say this is a bird sitting over this live wire. Huh? So this bird that is sitting on this wire, it is not touching the ground or anything which is in contact with the ground. It is just sitting on this wire. So electricity stays in this wire and it stays in its body. But if a bird touches the power line or equipment that is grounded, that is touching the ground, so thereby it will give electricity a pass to the ground and the bird could be electrocuted. Or in another manner, you can understand it in this way that the feathers of this bird acts as insulator and thereby current does not passes through them. The resistance that is offered by the body of this bird is very high, so current does not passes through the body because the claws of the birds are not conducting, they are
Mm.
non-conductors. Getting it or not, what I'm trying to say?
Sir, I'll just be coming in 2 minutes. Sir, something just happened.
Okay, okay. Suleiman, you understood this concept? The feather
Yes, sir.
their feathers act as insulator. Their body has got a high resisting to electricity. Okay, na? Okay. We were talking about transfer of heat, and previously we learned about convection as well, where I did told you that in the case of convection, what happens? The heat will be transferred from one medium to another, from one part of the medium to another part of the medium by the flow of particles of that medium. Hmm? Early in the case of in the conduction, you are aware that the particles will not changing their place. The particles remain at their respective places. But in the case of convection, the particles would be moving from one place to another. Getting it? So we were learning about convection, and convection will be seen in the case of solids and gases both. Okay. And it is due to the convection that air moves from one place to another. All these things we are going to learn, but before that, you need to wash your very Important video. Aman, you back in the class? Okay. Meanwhile, he is back in the class. I'm going to ask few questions to you. What are the different scales of temperature, Suleiman?
Sir, degree Celsius,
Okay, and
Fahrenheit,
and
and Kelvin.
Kelvin. Okay, what is the freezing point of water in Kelvin scale? Freezing point of water in Kelvin scale. Should I give you options? Is it 273 Kelvin or 373 Kelvin? Yeah, Suleiman.
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, it is 273 Kelvin.
Kelvin. Good. Okay. What?
373 is boiling point of water.
Very good. Okay. What about the freezing point of water in the Fahrenheit scale?
32 degrees
32.
Fahrenheit.
Very good. And boiling point is
212.
212. Good. Okay. What about Celsius? About Celsius, you already know, right?
Yes, 100.
Okay. Good. Okay. What is the unit of heat energy? How do you measure the unit of heat? We measure it in joule, no?
Yes, sir.
Joule. Earlier, it
Yes.
was measured in calories. Keep that in mind. Okay, no? It
Calories.
was calories. Earlier, it was measured in calories. Calories. Okay.
Yes.
Is Aman, you back in the class? Okay, there's one more thing. Will heat cause objects to expand? Heat causes expansion or not?
Yes, sir.
Heat causes expansion. It causes expansion in objects.
Yes, sir. In some objects.
Like it will be causing expansion in the case of solid, liquid, and gases, all three.
Yes.
Like the extent to which the objects would be expanding would differ. Like gases upon heating, they expand maximum. Gases upon heating would expand maximum. Liquids would expand less, right now, and solids would expand least.
Yes.
Okay, no? Okay. What other impacts can heat cause? Will it cause a change in a state of object?
Yes, sir.
Elaborate. How does heat leads to change of a state? Like one effect of heat, right now we learned that it will lead to expansion of objects.
Sir, what was the question? I could not hear
Yeah,
it.
question was that my question was that how heat will cause change of a state. How it causes change of a state. Like from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. How does heat do so? Heat is known to change the state of objects. You have a solid object, you heat it, it will melt into liquid. Further you heat
Yes.
it will evaporate, it will convert into gas.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Aman, you back in the class or not? Okay, anyways, see. Have a look at this animation in this video.
It's a sunny day at the beach. As the sun rises, the land warms up faster than the water does. This causes the air above the land to also warm up. Warm air, being less dense, expands and rises, leaving an area of low pressure. Meanwhile, the air over the ocean is cooler.
Okay. So far, what is being said in this video is that land heats up faster as compared to water body. Okay. So thereby, the air above the land will be warmer. It will be heated more. Okay. So the warm air, it becomes less dense. Less dense means it is less heavy. So it will start to rise up. Getting it, Sulman? So thereby it starts to rise up thereby it creates a low pressure over here. It creates an area of low pressure. How does it do so? Try to understand it in this manner. Say that you
Uh,
have
yes,
two
sir.
areas.
Yes, sir. What are we doing, sir?
See, right now we are learning about convection. Okay, now.
Sir, some cat just fell out of the apartment of the third floor.
Oh, terrible.
Sir, it was injured badly.
Oh,
So, sir, we had to take it somewhere.
is it okay? Like a
Sir, I don't know about that, sir. It was my friend's cat. Sir, I'm just so exhausted, sir, because I ran too much.
oh, okay, okay. Hopefully it will be saved. See what I was saying
My
about
leg also got injured.
be careful, take care of yourself. See, what I was saying here. See, you have got two areas. Let us say you have area A, area B. Let us say that this is basically air. Okay, air of two different area, for example. This is the number of molecules in this air,
Hmm.
and this is the number of molecules in this air. Suppose you have stored this air into polythenes. Let us say this is polythene bag. Okay, no? This is polythene bag. So you tell me that molecules of air are known to show maximum energy and they will be moving here and there. Right now, Suleiman, Aman.
Yes, sir.
So more the number of molecules means that more energy they will be having. More energy they will be having. They have more energy. Also, you know that they would be hitting this polythene, so they would be hitting on the walls of polythene like this. Huh?
Sir, that's why the polythenes are just wilt here.
Just what that's why they are.
Sir, it will just tear after some time.
If the pressure increases in it, if you keep on filling more gases into it, it will explode because the molecules are continuously moving here and there. It will spread. It is a um, pressure is developing inside this. Okay.
Hmm.
So what you can observe here in polythene A, there are more number of molecules of air, more air molecules are there. So pressure is more, right? Suleiman, Aman, more
Yes, sir.
pressure.
Yes.
And
Sir,
here
can I
there are
ask something?
less. 1 minute, let me just complete this concept. There are less number of air molecules, so thereby less pressure is here. Understood this concept so far? More molecules means more pressure. Less molecules, less pressure. As simple as that. Now, in this animation, what did I told you so far? See, Aman, you
Sir, I
also
know
listen to
about
it.
sea
Meanwhile,
breeze and land breeze. Sir, I know about this.
Good, good. Just hold on for a minute. Okay. No?
And sir, I have to ask something.
Yeah, Aman, go on.
Sir, is nitrogen cold?
Liquid nitrogen is cold. Nitrogen in the gases state is not cold, but nitrogen in the liquid state is cold. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, I thought that nitrogen is cold. So, sir, that's why it is recommended that to fill nitrogen in car tires.
Okay. Okay, that's a concept we'd be
Because,
visiting in a moment. Let us first
sir,
complete this concept.
because
Otherwise, it
when the
would be
car travels much, so, sir, the heat produces, and so there will be a lot of pressure.
yeah, that is correct, and thereby we'd be using that.
And so
Let me
that's why the tires explode.
yeah, that happens. That frequently happens, like in the summer condition,
It
in the
is a
summer
really
weather.
great example of what you just taught us right now.
Yeah, that is one such example of pressure. Like if the like whenever you heat something, it would be expanding, whether it be solid, liquid, or gaseous objects. Gases show maximum expansion. So in summer weather, many tires would be exploding due to expansion of gases filled in them. Right now.
Yes, sir.
So right now we are talking about sea breeze and land breeze. See, during the daytime, what happens? Or normally, it's the property of land that land heats up faster and it cools down also faster. So during the daytime, the air above the land will be warmer as compared to the air above the water body. So warm air is less denser. It is lighter in weight. So it rises up. So it creates a emptiness here. It creates a emptiness over here. So what basically has happened? The air molecules have risen up. Air molecules, say these are air molecules that have risen up, and there are only few air molecules over here, right? And remember, moments ago I did told you, less molecules of air, less pressure. Less molecules of air, it means less pressure, low pressure. So it will lead to a low pressure above the
Air
land.
over the ocean is cooler. Cooler, denser air sinks.
Continue from here. See,
Meanwhile, the air over the ocean is cooler. Cooler, denser air sinks over the water, creating an area of high pressure.
see what it is saying over here.
The differences in pressure.
See, cool air is heavier, it is denser. So something that is heavier, it tends to fall towards the earth, falls downward. Sullivan, you here in the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, that why evaporation takes place with only hot water.
Exactly. Right now. So cooler air, they are heavier and denser. So the air would try to, these air molecules would fall down like this, and wherever there would be an emptiness, it will move towards that. Right now, the emptiness is towards the land now. There are less space, there is space availability of empty space here now. So these air molecules will move towards the land because there is already lots of molecules above the water body. So it will go where there is less number of air molecules. So it moves towards the land. Getting it, guys?
Air temperature create a convection current. Warm. The differences in pressure and air temperature create a convection current. Warm air over the land is replaced by cool ocean air. This air is warmed by the land and rises, and the cycle continues. Winds that blow from the sea to the land are called sea breezes.
No.
Continues.
Pay attention over here. What happens? The cool air, which is more denser, it will move towards the land. And as soon as it moves towards the land, so thereby it will again be heated because land is warmer. It will again rise up, right? Now this warm air will now go towards the water body, right? And again it will, the cool air will again go towards the land. So a cycle will continue over here. A cycle will continue over here. Now pay one more important concept is there.
Sir, but one thing, sir, I noticed here.
Hmm.
Sir, the cool air, which is more dense, sir, it is only coming towards the land at night.
It is only coming towards the land at night. No,
Yes, sir.
it is coming towards the land during the daytime.
Oh,
Because warmer air from the land side, it is rising up, thereby creating an empty space. And this cooler air, which is more denser, it will rush towards the land to occupy this empty space. Also on ground, you are understanding how it is happening, but how it is happening higher above in the land, in the air, how this warm air moves towards the water body. Right now we are talking higher up in the sky, higher up in the sky. Okay, now, so they try to understand, there will be there is a flow of air from the high pressure towards the low pressure. Haven't we understood this thing? Air is moving from a high pressure to a low pressure area, isn't it? Because more
yes, sir.
number of air molecules are there, so pressure is high. Less air molecules, less pressure. So from high pressure to low pressure. Now you tell me, at the same time, what would be happening? In higher, in the higher up in the sky, the pressure will be more now, because these warming air is rising up and thereby now creating a higher pressure in the sky, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But at that moment, there are fewer air molecules in this part. Thereby, it would be low pressure area.
Hmm.
Suleiman, you getting it? Aman, you getting it?
Yes.
So at the same time, in higher up in the sky, the warmer air that have risen up, now it will be moving towards the water body where there is low pressure, because anything moves from a high pressure to a low pressure. And in the ground, near to the ground and near to the water body, air is moving from a high pressure to low pressure, like this. So a
Hmm.
cycle is going on, a continuous cycle goes on during the day. A
Hmm.
continuous cycle goes on during the day,
Sir, but at
right now.
some places, sir, as I have notice,
Mhm,
sir, the
mhm,
cool air which is more dense, sir, it only, sir, it takes a lot of time to travel there, sir. I think so, sir. That's why the in the daytime, sir, the warm air, the less dense air is on the land, so that's why we feel hot. And at night, the cool air, the more dense air, comes
mhm.
towards the land. That's why we cool. And then again, the next day, sir, the warm air is again here, so sir, that's why we feel hot.
See, see, that is the thing over here. Uh, normally during the daytime, what would be happening? Cool air will actually be coming from the seaside towards the land. Thereby, you would be feeling like cold breeze will be coming from the seaside, and this leads to a phenomenon called as land breeze or sea breeze. What
So
do we
there are
call
only
this
two
as?
types of breeze, land breeze and sea breeze.
Hmm. So,
Mm.
in during the daytime, what is happening? Cool wind, cool breezes are blowing from the sea, from the land.
So, sir, I had one doubt.
Yes.
Sir, sir, as we are seeing here, sir, the land breeze and the sea breeze are wholly taking place
Mhm.
near the land and the sea. Sir, what
Hmm.
if someone is living really far away from the sea and is between the city? And sir,
Oh.
sir, will it be really hot out there?
See, that's why you get to see that the people that are living in the coastal areas now, especially at night, what would be happening, especially at night, the cool air would be flowing from the water body towards the from the sea from towards the land. Uh, I mean to say, during the night, particularly, you will get to know that the people that are living in the coastal areas, uh, so thereby a cool, gentle breeze would be blowing towards the sea. It will be blowing towards the sea from the land.
Mm.
Uh, Also, the usual temperature conditions in the coastal areas are much better as compared to the people that would be living in inward areas of the country
Mm.
right now. So the temperature is usually lower as compared to other parts of the country. So the people living in coastal areas experience a moderate climate. Okay. So this phenomena is basically what? Water which is blowing from the sea towards the land. So thereby this is called as sea breeze. When
And
I mean to
sir,
say
the warm
air
air, less dense, is going from the land towards the
hmm,
sea.
towards the
So
sea.
that's why it's called as the land breeze.
That would be happening during the night. Okay, now let us continue this animation from here.
Winds that blow from the sea to the land are called sea breezes. At
Let me
night,
just
the
erase this
convection
animation. Erase overriding above this. Otherwise, you'd be getting confused.
sea breezes. Air over the land is replaced by cool ocean air. This air is warmed by the land and rises, and the cycle continues. Winds that blow from the sea to the land are called sea breezes. At night, the convection
So during day, sea breeze is happening. During day, what is happening? Sea breeze is happening, where air would be blowing from the seaside towards the land. Okay. Now let us look at what is going to happen during the night.
current reverses. After the sun has set, the land cools more quickly than the water. Therefore, the air above the land also cools down. Cool air, being more dense, presses down over the land, creating an area of high pressure. Meanwhile, because water cools down slowly, the air over the ocean is still warm. Warm air, being less dense, expands and rises, leaving an area of low pressure over the water. At night, cool air over land moves towards lower pressure over the ocean. This air is warmed by the water and rises, and the cycle continues. Winds that blow from the land to the sea are called land breezes.
Okay, you
Sir,
guys
why does the
understood this?
land breeze only occur at night?
The reason being is that it's the property of land that land heats up faster and also cools down faster. So during the night, land is cooler as compared to the water body, isn't it, Suleiman, Aman?
Yes,
So
sir.
during the night, land is cooler as compared to the water body. So thereby, the air above the land will also be cooler, and cooler air, where does it go? Does it go above or down?
Sir, down.
It comes downward now,
Mm.
right? So thereby it leads to generation of high pressure, while the air above the water bodies is still warmer because water cools down slowly. Water heats up slowly and it cools down slowly. So air above the land, above the water bodies is still warmer, so it would be rising up. So it rises up here. It rises up here, and so there is only few air molecules. So let us say this is going to be a low pressure, and we know that air will be moving from a high pressure to low pressure. So this emptiness that is generated over here, that is the empty space, will be occupied by the air molecules above the land.
Mm.
So air would be moving from the land towards the sea during the night, and again this would be rising up. And now here the pressure is high because of more air molecules,
Sir, I have a
and
doubt.
here are just 1 minute, and here there are less air molecules, so low pressure. So higher up in the sky also it would be moving from water towards the land, and this leads to a cycle of leads to a convection current. So where a cycle of flow would be taking place from the land towards the sea, that is called as a convection current, and this is basically land breeze. Yes, Aman.
Yes, sir. So I was saying that, sir, you just told us that, sir, the cold air has a less amount of molecules than the warm air, and sir, the air is still warm at night. So, sir, why did you make less molecules in the warm air?
See, no, there are more molecules in the cold air now. I mean to say that basically the thing is now, when the air is cold, so it will be descending down. It will descend down towards the ground, and wherever there is less, where there is space available space is there. And over here, what has happened? The molecules of airs have risen up because of heat. They become less dense and they have risen up. So more air molecules are concentrated higher up in the sky, leaving just few air molecules in the lower atmosphere right now. So it's all about the number of air molecules in the air. Getting it? It's not like cold air will be having more molecules um, and warm air will be having less molecules. The concept is that the cold air will descend, it will move towards the area wherever there is an emptiness or vacuum, kind of vacuum is created. So that is the thing.
Yes, sir.
So during daytime it would be sea breeze, and during the night it would be land breeze. Here also via this animation you can understand, like during daytime what is happening. Warm air from above the land which will rise up. So thereby cold air from the seaside, from the water body, it will descend towards the land in order to occupy this space. And this again warm air higher up in the sky, it is going towards the water body, because here the pressure is higher up in the sky, and here it is low. While in this case, above the water body, the pressure
Is
is
this
high.
a turbine?
That is a turbine.
Sir, what is the work of it?
Turbines are used to generate electricity now. They are
Sir,
used to
no,
generate
sir,
electricity.
know that. Sir, except generating electricity. Sir, I know that it generates electricity.
Mhm. Apart from that, what are the uses?
Yes, sir.
I don't think apart from that it serves any other purposes. Wind
Okay, sir.
turbines are used to generate electricity only.
Mm.
Okay, now apart from
Okay,
that,
sir.
I don't think so. It does any kind of other
I sir
works.
thought that there will be any other work except that. So sir, that's why I asked.
No, no, man. That's the only purpose for which they are used. Okay, to
Sir, there
create
is a fun
electricity.
fact.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Sir, I never studied about sea breeze and land breeze in science. Sir, I only
Mhm.
studied about sea breeze and land breeze in SST.
Oh, okay, okay. No worries. Right. So that is the concept. Hope you guys have understood. Have a look at this image now. During the daytime, what is happening? Wind is blowing from the water body towards the land, and opposite happens in the night time. Okay, no?
Hmm.
Okay. Now you can understand land breeze and sea breeze on a wide scale also, on a bigger scale like this. See, during the summer season, what happens? During the summer season, you'd observe like uh, now it would be certain parts of India would be receiving southwest monsoon. It would be receiving southwest monsoon. Like particularly this part of India would be receiving southwest monsoon. So what happens during the
Sir,
summer season? Yes.
sir, to the right of the part where I have drawn, sir, the
Mhm.
little part would be really hot.
This part over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Usually this part would be hot, but you'd get to see that it would be receiving northeast monsoon also. This part would also be receiving monsoon. But whenever monsoon comes in
And
India,
sir,
first of all,
hmm,
this part of India would be receiving this monsoon. So you would see that like monsoon would first of all come to this part, this part, this part, and gradually it will come to this much part of India.
and sir, the
Mhm.
Rajasthan is only to the left of the area where you're drawn. Sir, Rajasthan is only in that place. So, and sir, but sir,
Mhm.
the cold air is only going to that place. But sir, it only is very hot and humid there.
Mm. The
Sir,
reason
why?
being is no. The reason being is that you see geographical features of lands are different. Geographical features are different. Like you get to know that there are mountain ranges like Aravali is there. Heard of Aravali?
No,
It's a
sir.
mountain. It's a mountain range. So thereby
Sir, I only have about mountain ranges in Himalaya, Himadri, and that's all.
Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir,
See,
have you studied about geography? Sir, do you teach
mhm.
geography?
No, I usually don't teach geography, but uh, have studied geography as a subject. See, the thing is that now the winds that are blowing over here. First of all, just understand the basic concept what is happening. Then we are going to learn about some other extra things. Simple thing is what is happening over here during the summer season. Air above the water body, it will be warming up because we know water heats up. So during the summer season, usually what will be happening?
Yes, sir.
Water
So
air
water will
above the
heat up. Sir,
water will be
wouldn't
heating up.
evaporation take place?
Obviously, evaporation is going to take place. What is going to happen over here now? Just like you have understood the concept of sea breeze, where
Sir, I
in
know,
sea
sir,
breeze what
what
was
you're trying
happening.
to say. Sir, you're
Mhm,
trying to say that, sir, all of the sea breeze, sir, which is very hot in the time of
mhm,
summer, will, sir, come to all the places in the corners, such like Rajasthan. So
mhm,
that's why it's really hot there in summers. And, sir, but, sir, my question is that, sir, when it's summertime, so,
mhm,
sir, wouldn't it be evaporation taking place there? So, sir, the hot water, like, sir, the hot wind will not
mhm,
go to the places like Rajasthan.
mhm. See, there you have geographical features of Rajasthan is different. That's why you get to see there's no rainfall in Rajasthan for most part
Sir,
of the
I'm not saying
region.
that.
Mhm,
Sir, I'm saying that, sir, if in the summertime,
mhm,
sir, the hot, sir, the air above the sea, sir, above the sea becomes hot. Sir, you only said that.
mhm.
Hmm. So, sir, I'm saying that, sir, wouldn't evaporation take place there? And, sir, the hot, humid air would not go there like to the places of Rajasthan. And, sir, the hot, humid air would not have been created. So, sir, because of evaporation. Sir, I'm
Okay,
saying
see,
that.
yeah, I got your question. I understood what you're saying. Okay, now, see, first of all, let us understand the broad concept. Then you would be understanding that too. Basically, what happens during the summer season, hot and humid air from the seaside, particularly from the Arabian Sea, would be rising up and it would go towards the land surface. So thereby moisture carrying winds goes towards the land surface. huh? And it would bring rainfall in this part of India. So this is a sea breeze happening at a bigger scale. What did we learn in the case of sea breeze? What did we learn about sea breeze? Yes, Aman and Suleiman, what did we learn about sea breeze moments ago? Yes, anyone?
So the breeze during daytime, the breeze travels from the
From
water body to the land,
to the land, or basically from the sea
and then
towards the land,
opposite
opposite in the night. So it's a sea breeze happening on a bigger scale. It's a sea breeze happening on a bigger scale. So that would bring rainfall. Okay. Now the reason why I mean to say that the reason why there is no rainfall in Rajasthan due to western monsoon is that because there is a presence of Aravalli range in Rajasthan. There's a continuous range of mountain called as Aravalli range. So it acts as a barrier. Try to understand it in this manner. Like for example, say
So, sir, wouldn't sir, like China,
Mhm,
the Tibetan plateau get the
mhm.
same as Aravali protect? So, wouldn't the Himalayan, Himadri, and Shivalik and Himachal, all of that, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.,
that's why you
protect
get
plateau?
That's why I got your question. That's why you get to see that this part no, it remains arid. I mean to say this part is a does not receive that much of rainfall because moisture carrying winds, basically clouds, are obstructed by the Himalayas
Mm,
there as well. See what
mm,
is basically happening over here. See, this is, let's say, Aravali mountain range. It's a chain of mountains, and let us uh, say that this is moisture carrying winds. Try to understand this. These are moisture carrying winds. Okay, so moisture carrying winds, these are going there, and it is being obstructed by this range of mountain. Try to
okay.
understand this. So
Mm.
moisture carrying winds are not reaching there because of being obstructed by a range of mountain called as Aravalli.